Hey guys, it's Shaniqua, aka Gemini Curls, and welcome to my channel. So today I want to talk about the concept of good hair. Not the documentary, just the idea that somebody's hair is good or not. Leave that good. I feel like I'm too close. Okay. So what made me want to talk about this is I was editing some things on my blog and just kind of looking at different posts I've done talking about what my opinion is on the term, things like that. And if you haven't read my hair story on my blog, check that out to really kind of understand where I'm coming from with this. But the main thing that I really wanted to talk about is how, in my opinion, when I don't know if you can hear that funny sound, that's my dog scratching. Tika, are you done? Anyway, I'm off focus. The main thing I want to talk about is what message does it send to people when one person is considered to have good hair and the other one is not. What made me really think about this is, like I was saying, if you have gone to my blog and read my hair story, then you know I never thought I had good hair as a child. I have two younger sisters, and I heard the term good hair apply to both of them. Both of my sisters were told, oh, you have good hair, or I would hear someone say, oh, she has good hair, but I never heard the term applied to me individually. Sometimes my mom would be talking about like our hair as a whole, like our family, and she'd say, well, we don't have a bad grade of hair, and so on and so forth. And I really want to get you guys' opinions on how that phrase really affects people and what it's really saying. Since going natural, you would not believe how many people have said, oh, well, you can go natural because you have good hair. But it's funny to me to hear that because I never considered myself to have good hair. I never knew what my hair was like until I stopped perming it and stopped straightening it. So to hear people say, oh, well, you can do that because you have good hair, or I can't do that because I don't have the right texture to be natural. Like, it really it bothers me. It sits really, it doesn't sit right with me. Oh, by the way, this hairstyle I got from, I believe her name is Half Naked Curls, or Bare Naked Curls. Something about Naked Curls. I'll put her channel name right here. But yeah, her tutorial gave me the inspiration for this hairstyle, so I think it's really cute. So big shout out and thanks to her. But I just kind of wanted to get you guys' opinions on why people feel the need to describe African American hair in terms of good or bad. Another way I've always heard it phrased is grade of hair. That terminology bothers me a lot too, because it's like, well, her grade of hair or his grade of hair, saying things like that insinuates that there are multiple established grades of hair when nothing could be further from the truth. I have never, in all of my hair research, I have never come across something saying grade A hair is like this, grade B hair is like this, grade C hair is like this, or grade 1, grade 2, grade 3. It's just this term that people throw around without really thinking about what it implies, what it means. When children hear other children described as having good hair, even if you don't say to them, well, yeah, you have bad hair, if they don't hear the term good hair applied to them, they think that their hair is bad. There's no other way around it. You cannot say, well, I never told her her hair was bad. But if you're telling her sister her hair is good and you never say that to her, what else is she supposed to think? You know, I'm kind of all over the place, but this topic is all over the place. I wanted to see what other people thought of the whole good hair, bad hair. Really not, I don't even want to talk about bad hair. It's more so just the connotations that the phrase good hair gives. So I went on naturallycurly.com and just kind of went through the forums and did a search for good hair. A lot of the things that came up were related to Chris Rock's documentary, which we'll talk about in another video because I have my own opinion on that as well. But some things people were saying really kind of stood out to me, and I wanted to give them a shout out for it, I guess. Okay, so this post is from Unique87 on the topic of good hair. Her post says, I go to work today with my hair curly and my supervisor asks me why I don't want to straighten my hair, and I said because I like my curls. She asks me, doesn't your sister have a flat iron? And I reply yes. She goes on to say, then why don't you use it? Again, I say, because I like my curls. She said, you have good hair and have no idea what to do with it. This from a lady who uses nappy crack, in parentheses, relaxer. I just looked at her and said nothing. My hair is no better than anyone else's, but here we are with the good hair thing. Anyone else get this by other people? Now, the part of this statement that really stuck out to me was, you have good hair and you have no idea what to do with it. If she has good hair when you see it curly, why does that mean that she has to change the texture of her naturally good hair to straight? I don't understand that. I don't understand that at all. So to me that says, for some people, although they do believe that some people are born with good hair, some people are born with bad hair, all hair should be straightened. Like that's how I took it. When she's like, for her supervisor to say, you have good hair and have no idea what to do with it, like how else am I supposed to take that? Okay, this comment is from Goddess Curls, and the title of this post is the good hair comment. She says, I got it yesterday. I was walking in the rain, no umbrella, and a friend from work came along with an umbrella. So we walked together under her umbrella, and she said that she didn't have that good hair, so she couldn't walk in the rain. Of course she has a relaxer in it. It's fried and dried out. So I said, that's because you got that poison in it. Of course, she just says no. You just have a better grade of hair. Don't really know what that means. LOL, I guess we're never gonna reach everyone. So this insinuates if you have good hair, it's okay to get it wet in the rain. If you don't have good hair, meaning if you have bad hair, it's not okay to get it wet. Although, according to Goddess Curls, her friend's hair isn't in a very good condition. It's not very healthy. So one can guess from that like many relaxed women, she believes the myth that water is bad for your hair, or it's not good to wet your hair. So that just says to me that people are prevented from knowing whether their own hair could be good or not, based on acting upon the myths that they believe about good versus bad hair. That annoys me. This comment is by Larissa57, again on the good hair comment thread. Her post says, my mother has 4A hair, and she's told me that when she was a teenager, she decided she was going to marry a man with straight hair so that her kids wouldn't have to inherit her bad hair. She ended up with my dad, who's maybe 3B, 3C. He's been mostly bald for as long as I can remember, and the hair that's left seems like 3C, but in older pictures, When he had long hair in college, it looks more like 3B. I've got 3B and my sister has somewhere between 3A and 3B. Mom has told us a bunch of times that she's so glad that neither of us inherited her Brillo pad hair. That is so sad. Before you even meet him, you're choosing your potential mate based on hair texture? And then you constantly ingrain it into your girls that their mother has bad Brillo pad hair and they're lucky because they didn't inherit it. That is so sad. That is the biggest form of self-hate that you could ever express to someone. That you chose potential mates based on their genes for the hair texture that your children would have. That's superficial and sad. There's nothing wrong with the way God made your hair. Like, it's just really, really sad to me. It's very sad. This post is from Anatitophobia, Anatidophobia. I'm sorry, I'm not sure how to pronounce it. I'll put the name over here so you guys can see what it is for yourself. Her comment says, I have this argument with my mother quite frequently as she denigrates her hair. I have what she calls pelo bueno, which is good hair, because it's fine/medium in texture. Her hair is coarse, so she calls it pelo malo, bad hair. She refuses to accept that a difference in texture does not mean that hair is good or bad. I know it's deeply ingrained in her, but I wish she could see how beautiful her hair is, and she is. She has stopped relaxing her hair, so that's a good step. I'm constantly trying to get her to love it, though. I would one day like to hear her say, I am beautiful and my hair is beautiful. I think that's very powerful because so many black women will probably, I don't want to say never say that, but at this point in time, there's so many black women that referring to their natural texture without it being altered by heat or chemicals will probably never refer to it as beautiful because they've grown up in a culture where looser curls and wavier hair is deemed good because it's not as tightly coiled or kinky, or it's less black looking. And the blacker your hair looks, the tighter coiled, the kinkier, whatever, what have you. I don't like the term nappy. Excuse me. Then that's the worse off your hair is. I grew up with that. Like I said, my sisters both got told they have good hair. I never got told that unless it was like a general statement about our family. My mom's probably going to get mad at this, but she doesn't watch my videos anyway, so. I remember one time, it was during Halloween, my mother, my sisters, and I were in a costume store. I was probably about, I was maybe 9. And I saw this little girl in the store, and she had her hair in two like puffs, and I thought they were so pretty. And they reminded me of my youngest sister's hair because, I don't know, I looked at her hair and it reminded me of my youngest sister's. And I remember saying, look, mommy, she has good hair. Or I think I said she has pretty hair. She has pretty hair like Ja. And my mom shot me down immediately. She was like, no, that little girl has nappy hair. Janique has good hair. And I remember feeling bad, feeling confused, and I remember wondering if the little girl's parents knew she had nappy bad hair. Because I looked at her hair and I saw something similar to what I was told was good hair. My mom didn't, and she was very quick to correct me. To this day, she still will say, we don't have bad hair. She'll still say, oh, well, she has a good grade of hair. My mom is not ashamed in making it known that she believes there's good hair and there's bad hair, there's good grades and there's bad grades. She's actually gotten mad at me for saying, like, I'll stop her when she says, well, that's a good grade of hair, and I'll be like, well, what's a bad grade of hair? And she'll get mad at me because she doesn't want to say, oh, well, this type of hair is bad hair. But she understands that when she says that another kind of hair is good, she's implying that some hair is bad, and she knows I don't like that. So that's kind of a sensitive topic in our household. But where is it not a sensitive topic? You know, people constantly feel the need to put black hair in these categories of good or bad, whether it's good hair, good grade, bad grade, and it's completely unnecessary, and it's damaging. It's especially damaging to children, to someone that's so impressionable, someone that takes up information so easily and so quickly, to them to think, well, my hair must be bad. It's detrimental to the health of their self-image. I know, I experienced it. I always assumed my hair was bad because, like I said, I had no idea what my natural hair was like. I got a perm so early, it was just like I would hear my mom say, well, we have a good grade of hair, but I didn't know what that meant in terms of myself because I had no idea what my hair was. I knew my hair was always short, it was always dry, it was always breaking. I could never get it to grow, which now I know means I couldn't get it to retain length. You know, it was just, there were so many different things that come along with this good hair, bad hair thing. It's not fair. It's not fair to put people in these boxes, and it's really, really, really sad. I remember a few months, last year sometime, I went to a function for my younger sister at her high school, and my first sister and I are only 2 years apart, so we were in school together. And while I was at the awards ceremony or whatever it was, I bumped into a girl that I had course with who was still in high school. And at this time, all I was really wearing was wash and goes. So she walks up to me, she's like, oh my gosh, you're natural. And I was like, oh yeah, like I wasn't thinking about it. So when she mentioned it, it was just kind of, oh yeah, you're right. And she's saying, you know, she liked it and it's pretty. And she was like, girl, I want to go natural. And I was like, why don't you? And she was like, girl, I don't have the texture for that. What does that mean though? Like, what does that mean? To say you don't have the texture to be natural implies that the texture you have requires straightening, or requires relaxing, or requires being modified. That's what you do with that hair, without exception. And that bothers me. That bothers me so much. Like, how do you not have the texture to wear your own texture? I don't get it. And even then, you don't have to wear your own texture. People look at my little twist outs and be like, oh, she has such good hair. I'm like, no, this is a set. Just like you set your hair in rollers, I set my hair with twists, or with braids, or with bantu knots, or with pin curls. People really need to get out of this mentality that having natural hair means having one look. It doesn't. You can do so much with natural hair. It's just a different way of caring for it, and it's all about wanting to learn how to care for it. I think so many people take a fine-tooth comb to their new growth, and they when they can't get a comb through it, they automatically say, well, my hair is bad. Not thinking about the fact that you're treating that curly, kinky new growth the same as your straight ends. And they're two very different kinds of hair. So you cannot just run a comb through it like that. That's not how the hair is designed to be cared for. But because it can't be cared for like that, it's bad. I don't know. I'm rambling a lot. I'm gonna have to cut this video down. I don't know how I'm going to do so, but I'll try. Yeah. I remember I walked into a store and I bumped into a family member, and I hadn't seen her in a while, so I'm like, hey auntie, how are you? And we're, we strike up a conversation, and she says, I really like the natural look on you. It's really, really pretty. And I'm like, oh, thank you so much, blah, blah, blah. Because, I don't want to say I used to feel self-conscious with my wash and goes, but I always wondered what people thought of my hair. Mainly because from here back, it's like all different kinds of curls. It's all curly. But then like up here in the front, there is no curl. It's all like little very slightly wavy pieces. And I don't know, I was just kind of self-conscious about the different textures of hair on my head. But hearing her say, she really liked it made me really happy. And my mom ended up walking up and we're all having a conversation. And the fact that I'm natural comes up, and my aunt says, she says something about, she would go natural, but, typical excuses. And my mom says, no, but you don't have bad hair. I remember how your hair was. And she's like, no, I have a good perm. And it just makes me really, really sad hearing stuff like that, because it's like, it's a part of our culture to feel like unless you have a certain kind of curls, a certain, if your hair isn't, if you don't have loose wavy curls, then your hair is only good if you perm it or relax it or straighten it, and it just really makes me sad.